I tried so hard to let go, writing poetry and rhymes just to get you off my mind. It's either yes or it's no. I'm not a yo-yo on a string that you flip and twist and swing. I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, second guessing your words, 'cause you choke right when I see that you're all I really need. But if I'm honest, I know this whole thing has been a sign that I'm running out of time. I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like, 'cause I'm not.
Oh, thanks, Tiana. Sorry about that. I was like, I saw people in chat and nobody was saying anything. That should be good. That should be good. That was my webcam. Okay. Thank you, Tiana. But yeah, I'm trying to finish this world. Like, it's just taking a long time because I really want to start building out the city. The city is very... Like, this area I'm really excited to build out. But, man, does it take a long time to build. Let me see. Is this the same lamp? Yeah, so it's called the Bridgeport Streetlight from Late Night. Okay. So, I guess what we have to do is figure out where to start. We do have a lot of lamps or streetlights going around here. I guess I can do it on one side of the road. I'm gonna, like, roughly place them down. Let's see. The good thing is they do give off a lot of light, so I don't need a lot of them. So maybe like one here. I was gonna count the tiles, you guys, but ain't nobody got time for that. That's too much. All right. I'm gonna use like my optical judgment over here, which is normally fairly decent. What's wild, you guys, is the fact that this world is not even a large world. I think this world is considered medium. I don't know how people do large worlds, to be honest with you. Okay, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna try to fix these. Or maybe should I fix them first? Yeah, I should fix them. This part is not a lot of fun because this is a little bit arbitrary, but oh, thanks, Tiana. I appreciate it. This has been like a long time in the making. I think I've been working on it since sometime last year. I'm so excited for the city, Tiana, because the city is like, oh my god, this tool is terrible. What is this tool? Oh my goodness. Okay. But yeah, I'm excited for the city because the city will actually have like high rises, like very tall skyscrapers over here. So think about like Miami. It'll be like Miami over here, and then we have like the upper middle class, like the rich area, like all the country clubs. The old like supernatural part of town's back there. We do have like a little bit more of like a wooded area over here too. I think this will have like the government facilities. This is kind of like the old mining town. It's gonna be very like low income housing, if you will, like trailers and stuff. The farms are gonna be back here, and then I think that's pretty much it. There will be some housing in the city. It'll probably be more like apartment style. So like Sims 3 has apartments, but they don't function like the Sims 4 apartments, which I actually like the Sims 4 apartments more if they work. With these, they kind of like disappear into a dark hole, which is kind of creepy. Like the apartments don't work that well in the Sims 3. It's strange. But I mean, you can kind of fake the city, you know what I mean? You can kind of fake the apartment. Yeah, but the lights are like a pain in the ass, honestly. It's a very tedious process. I think Sims can also walk through it. Not walk through the light, but walk under it. I think I also have to fix the island. The island is a little bit strange in the front. It's the island that goes into like the beach town area, which I thought about extending, but I'm not sure. I tried leaving some areas for ports as well, so I do want to have some house boats in here. If you could cooperate. It always it overshoots it just a little bit. There we go. Right. Okay, let me see. I think we're always in the middle of a piece of sidewalk, which I actually like. I'm gonna try to keep that consistent. So this one's a little bit off. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, Heather, welcome in. How have you been, Heather? I know you popped in earlier, but you popped in like the last time, but we just ended stream. Oh, Tiana, it's okay. I figured you were lurking. Also, hello, Gloopy. I made Thornton Wolf from The Sims 3 to The Sims 4. Okay. And Christopher Steele, how are you doing? I'm feeling great. You're an amazing streamer. Oh, thank you, Gloopy. That's really sweet. That is really cool that you designed some Sims 3 Sims into The Sims 4. I did a little bit of that with The Sims 2 PS2 because I really liked those Sims. I'm not from Thornton Wolf sounds very familiar. Christopher Steele also. Are they from Sunset Valley or are they from another world? I'm curious. You're doing good, Heather? All right. Sounds good. I feel like my goal, you guys, is to get this base world done, and then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to go in-game and start building out the city. So, unfortunately, like, if you guys ever get this world, you'll have to utilize the save file. Like, it won't function otherwise. Yo, hey, Raven, welcome in. I'm just trying to get the shell of the world done for Driftwood Shores. Let me go back. See if I can fix, like, the beach town area. Let me see. Let me see. This area, I'm like... I don't know. There's just something about it that I'm not sure. Have you ever thought about teaching people how to make custom worlds? Oh, Raven, like, I'm not very good at this. There are much better people there to teach you guys, unfortunately. Like, I had to learn, like, a lot of, I learned through a lot of trial and error, honestly. People have done much better worlds than I have, honestly. I'm just trying to, like, get the core of it down. So, unfortunately, no, I probably won't. I have to fix these lots. They're really bugging me, you guys. Like, these lots over here. Let me see. Little island front left. Small mountain island. I think this is the island over here. Because it's to the front and to the left, so it's down here. But, man, look at that. Those lots are really gnarly looking. Okay. Let me delete them for a sec. I can always place them back down, so I'm not worried. I'm trying to get comfortable, you guys. I'm like on a weird angle here. Like, can I move my little footstool? All right. Okay, let's see. Yeah, something about the terrain of this is very weird. Maybe I've been looking at it too long. Let me see. I thought about it extending a little bit more. Raven, you play mostly Sims 3, right? If I'm not mistaken. Hey, Nessa, welcome in. Are you also doing some GTA? Raven looks fine to me. Yeah, I think I'm just looking at it for too long. I might make the border of it a little rockier, though. This is like the edge of the world right here, so we're cutting it fairly close. Let me see. I got my R&B station on this time, you guys. I was really happy because here in Tampa Bay, they actually created a new radio station. I forget the number of it though, but it's all like R&B and slow jams. So it's all like, sometimes they'll play things as early as like the 1970s kind of R&B, like soul music. But most of it is like 90s R&B. And then some from like the 2000s, and then it's funny enough because some of it like jumps far forward into like, you know, like the 2010s or 2020s, which is interesting. So like Summer Walker, they play like Heart of a Woman a lot. They would play a song like Adorned by Miguel, for example, but then they'll go back and do like music from like TLC, SWV, Keith Sweat, for example. It's a really good station. I got really tired of listening to like top 40, and like I also used to listen to like a classic rock / like 80s kind of station, but I got kind of bored of that. So I just listen to a lot of R&B now, which I don't mind. I love R&B. Raven says, more 4 for now, but spent many years on 3. Takes an hour for my PC to load Sims 3. Oh no! I remember those days, Raven. I remember those days. Oh, hey Mo, welcome in over on Twitch. No, I remember like I used to wait for like 20 minutes just for like the save file to load. Ooh, too bad I don't know how to create worlds, because I could come up with so many stuff. I've told you about the survivalist island, but what about a medieval village on top of a mountain? Ooh, yes. I mean, you can kind of like, I guess you can kind of watch Raven and kind of get an idea of how this works. So I'm just using the terrain tool over here, for example. It just works just like terrain paint in the game. And then we do have like all of the core textures over here. I believe you can make your own as well, but by default these are the ones that come with the game. So you have like grass, rocks, dirt, sand, for example, and then all of your brush settings are down here. You know, size of your brush, like how transparent your brush is. The fall off is just like the hardness of it, like this, for example. I mean, it doesn't take like a lot of effort to learn. I think it's more so like how to like how to really finesse the tools, you know what I mean? Like how to really make sure like your paint looks realistic, how to sculpt realistically so the geography kind of makes sense, you know what I mean? Like It's more of just like making sure your world looks like realistic. So the tools are not hard to learn per se, but to like use them well, it takes longer, if that makes sense. And I'm usually pretty like tech savvy because of like what I do for a living, but even for me, I was like, oh wow, this looks, I'd be using tools and I'm like, wait a minute, this feels kind of rough. Like, how do I make this look better, more believable, you know? So for example, like right now I'm just repainting a lot of the terrain. I'm gonna go ahead and use like the, I think it's the mountain sculpting to better refine this, because I do want more of a rocky border around this. So I can do mountain. I'm gonna shrink the brush, and usually I increase the strength a little bit more so you can make like that jaggedness, if you will. Because see, I can go in here and make like smaller little bumps. I think they're a little too much though, so let me see. I'm just doing like Control Z. If I do even smaller, maybe. I just want to give like a little bit more texture to the mountains. Heather says, I'm going to be lurking and building a church. Ooh, in The Sims 4. That's pretty cool. Heather, what do you use for your lot type if you built churches? I'm never really sure what to do for those, because I like the concept of a church, but we don't really have anything like that in the game. Which is too bad, because I feel like introducing spirituality in The Sims 4 would be really cool. Obviously, they would have to do it very carefully though, because, you know, we're trying to be respectful of different religions, but I don't know, the idea of having like some kind of like spiritual group, it doesn't have to be of a specific faith tied to real life, but like spiritual groups or even cults would be interesting. I'll probably do some gameplay like that at some point. I want to like re-explore Sims 4 at some point, but right now I'm really into Sims 3. But Raven, I would love to see the medieval world, by the way. That looks so cool. Like the concept of it. I've seen like custom worlds like Dragon Valley. And those are really cool. They kind of reminded me of like Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, or like games like Fable. I was gonna say Witcher, kind of. Using a 40 by 30 lot. Okay. Gloopy says Thornton Wolf and his wife Morgana live in Sunset Valley. Oh, yes. Yes, I remember them. The rich couple. Yeah. That she was, she wanted to be an artist. I think they had a little bit of like a strained relationship. You're making me want to play Sims 3, but it's already... Oh, yeah. Do it. Do it. Yeah, I mean, it's late over here. It's like 10:36. It's not terribly late, though. I mean, I used to stream till like 4 in the morning, you guys. So this is nothing. Okay, I think I'm at the edge of the world because I can't actually... I can't form a lot of the rocks over there. I do like this texture better, though, but I will have to soften up a little bit. Gloopy says he hates art and he hates kids. Wonderful. I think she wanted children too, if I'm not mistaken. Morgana? Yeah, definitely not a good relationship. I honestly, originally, I thought they were like a mafia couple. That's what I thought they were. That's what I thought they were originally in the game, but I guess I'm wrong with that. Okay, yeah, I didn't Raven says I stay up until late. It's just that my husband works early, so I can't keep him up. Oh, okay. Are you worried about the noise? Is that like what the concern is, or the light or something? Unless you both like are in the same room, then it looks good with the bump. Yeah, I think so too. It's a little bit more textured. I'm gonna smooth out this area though. Soften the bump just a little bit. There we go, that's better. Yeah, that looks better. Oh, okay. Oh man, that sucks. That really, it's funny, like for me, you guys, like when I sleep, like the light usually does not bother me. Like I actually like having night lights, so I have crystal lamps. I do have like one more small lamp that I have, but what I usually do is at night, see, what I should do is I should get a light bulb that I can dim, because if there are times where I want my smaller lamp on, it's too bright where it's situated. So sometimes like I'll place the lamp like on the floor, like behind a little stand that I have, so it's not as bright. But I mean, it should be better to get like a dimmable lamp that I can control. I have like the color lamp like behind me, for example, and that I can control. But I would need that. I would need that for my light in my bedroom. Apart from like moving the lamp up and down all the time. Which is very like, it's not counterproductive, but it's a little bit janky, you know? Like there's a better way of doing that. If that made any sense at all. Gloopy says, I'm turning Newcrest into a steampunk house and mansions. Ooh, okay. I never know what to do with Newcrest. I feel like Newcrest is very overwhelming. Because it looks just like Willow Creek, but then it's got so many lots. Okay. Oh, snap. I had another lot over here. I didn't even know. So there's like a little bit of a beach area. Raven says I like light, but he prefers as dark as possible. Yeah, the person I'm dating is like that. But at least like he can deal with like the crystal lamps. I actually had spooked my date, you guys, when I was telling him about all of my spiritual experiences. The poor thing. Most people are very interested though. Like when I got back on the dating scene, I would tell people my profile. I'm like, oh, I have a lot of like ghost and paranormal stories. And most people would like reach out and be like, oh my god, tell me more. So I was like, oh, okay, like, you know, we're a lot more open to that now. Raven said, I grew up sleeping in a niche inside the food trailer my parents work summers in. I can sleep through anything, light, noise, anything. Oh, wow, okay. I feel like to me noise is a little harder to sleep through, but sometimes noise can also lull you to sleep at the same time. I guess it depends. Oh my god, though, I have a very interesting story to tell you guys that happened when I was at my university, and Raven will probably maybe share some insights as well, but it was my last day. It was my last day teaching for the semester, and you sleep with headphones on? Okay, yeah. So yeah, there was a really strange thing that happened. So I finished teaching on Tuesday, like this past Tuesday, and it was my last day on campus where I teach. And when I was a student there, we always would stay late on campus, specifically in our art building, because there's a lot of studios there, there's a lot of workspace, so we would stay there. We had printers, you know, projectors, there was a lot of just materials and stuff for us to use. But our building used to be a museum, like way back in the day. I think like maybe 20 years ago. So it's been quite some time, maybe more than that actually. But we always thought the building was haunted. All right. And where I'm at, I do technically have an office, but it's a shared office and I don't always have access to it. So what I normally do is go to the second floor and I use this meeting room space. The meeting room is fairly big. It has, you know, like lights and plugs and lots of table space, so I use that. But it's a little eerie because there's not a lot of people up there. Usually there are times where there's no faculty and no students there at all. So it's literally only me on the second floor. And one of the classrooms on the second floor used to be one of our classrooms, like when I was a student. Like we would use that as one of our design classrooms. But the room had been like under construction for a while. I think they were trying to renovate it. But the weird thing is, people don't really go in it. It has everything set up for a classroom, but I don't think that there's any class held in there. And students can go up and use it any time as like another workspace, but nobody goes there. It's very rare that I see somebody using that space. But I was curious and I like walked over to the room, and as soon as I walked through the door, I could immediately tell like there was something in the room, and not a person. Like I could feel like there was some kind of entity in the room, but I could tell that I was not supposed to be in there. Almost like I had entered through a portal or like an invisible barrier. And it's weird because I've been in that room. I've been in that room many times as a student, and then even when I came back to teach, I had gone into the room a couple times just to see what was going on in there in terms of like, not anything spooky, but just saying like, oh, like what are they working on? Like, what did they change about this room? Which there wasn't a lot of work done really. But I felt like that barrier, and I automatically knew there was something in that room, and it did like unnerve me a little bit. And I did end up closing the door. I couldn't even turn out the lights because for some reason, the way they wired that room, you cannot turn off all the lights. There's only one lonely light in the corner that stays on. So I was like, I'm gonna just close the door and not go back in, because I felt like there was a presence there. And I later talked to my ex about it, and he was able to like feel the energy and confirm that there was definitely something inside. There was like almost like a group of spirits in there, but they were trying to I don't know if hide is the right word, but they were definitely nestled in there. Like they kind of tried to make it their little space, if you will, because normally it's very rare for spirits to convene in areas where there's like high human traffic, in terms of like people are there, people are like talking and walking in and out. Usually the spirits will gravitate towards areas where they can be a little bit more hidden, if you will. And because that room was out of commission for a while, I guess that's where they started to convene. But I mean, it was late, you guys, and I was like, I'm gonna leave. It was like 9 at night, which is fairly late. Usually the night classes by then are already done. I knew that there were people downstairs, but yeah, I was like, I'm gonna leave now. So just a little spooky. Oh yeah, Raven, I stumbled on a meeting, that's for sure. It's such a strange feeling, I will say that, because I could feel like the wall. You know what I mean? It's almost like if they put up an invisible barrier and I walk through it. Like it's almost like I entered their domain, but I knew right away that I was like, oh, like I feel like I'm invading upon some kind of spirit or spirits here, so I very quickly just backed away. I wasn't scared, but it was definitely unsettling, I will say that, especially because nobody else was on that floor and it was already late and it was pretty dark. So they didn't seem malevolent, but they definitely felt like the energy of like, you shouldn't be here kind of thing, or like, please leave. They do, Raven. I was like, okay, y'all, I'm peacing out. It's okay. Go back to your shindig. Ooh, you know what, you guys? I almost thought of doing a little bit of a sidewalk moment over here. Like, if it could go to, like, a picnic table or something. It was, like, Spirited Away. They were having a buffet over there. Like, don't you take my lobster. I brought in the human. I always love in Spirited Away with Len. She's like, a human? She's like, you're the one everyone's looking for. And she points to Chihiro. But it's even funnier because, like, for those of you who've watched Spirited Away, like, Lynn looks like a human herself. Like, if you didn't know that she was a spirit or, like, part of their world, you'd be like, huh? I'm like, is she a witch or something? Like... Such a good movie. That's one of my favorite movies. I saw it when I was very young, too. Which I'm like, it makes me surprised that I enjoyed that movie. But I guess, in a way, like, it makes sense that I did enjoy it, though, because ever since I was young, I've always been into, like, ghosts and spirits and, like, folklore. But yeah, I watched it when I was, like, 6. I was pretty young. The movie had just came out. Or at least, like, the US dub had been released. It was around, like, 2001, I think, or 2002. So I was pretty young. But yeah, I got it on VHS and I would, like, watch the hell out of it. I still watch it every now and then. I have to, like, rebuild. I almost want to rebuild, like, my movie collection, but with DVDs, like, having the actual film on hand, you know? I hate having to pay, like, subscriptions for it. Ooh, that's much better. I think this looks more realistic. Trying to get those, like, mountain ridges in there. Who brought in the human? I love that. A human? Oh, that's the edge of the world, you guys. I think. Let me see. Koi no Katachi? No, I don't know what that is. I have like anime that I have like lined up to watch. Oh, it looks really good though. Yeah, I've been wanting to watch oh, I forgot the guy's name. Dang it. He was the one that directed Your Name, I think it is. I have to watch that movie, and then I have Summertime Rendering that I want to watch. I want to watch on Disney Plus. I have a lot, but I'm gonna take note of that. Koi no Katachi. Oh, I'm probably not gonna remember that, Raven. If it had like an English name, I'd probably remember it a little bit more easily. Koi no Katachi. I did see part of the premise though, so I'll probably look it up. I'll look it up once more with the premise in mind, if I can't remember the name. Ooh. It's a little bit of an error. I kind of want to taper the beach a little bit over here. It feels very abrupt. Maybe if I raise it a little bit. Oh, snap. Okay, nope, I didn't want to do that. Oh, there is an English name? Yeah, that would help, because I'm not gonna remember the other one. I'm excited though. I've been really wanting to get into more anime, but I didn't have a lot of time. Alright. Smooth this out a little bit. I should put some palm trees there. It does look really strange. Just like a area of sand. Oh, a silent voice. Oh, I like that. Okay. So I got the beach down. Maybe I should do a little bit of grass. Let me see. It doesn't make a lot of sense for like the road to be right on the beach like that. Oh my god, by the way, you guys, does anybody watch Sims Lore? I'm trying to remember what the channel is called. Sims Lore or Miss Sim Lore. Kid bullied a hearing impaired girl and everyone turned against him. He lost faith in people and regretted his actions. Years later they meet again. Okay, like slice of life kind of thing. Maybe some romance perhaps. He got canceled. That's what happened. Interesting, though. Is it, Raven, is it a movie or is it a show? Very important movie of mental health and depression. Yeah, definitely. A movie. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to remember that storyline. If I don't remember the name, I'll remember that storyline and look it up that way. But thank you for the recommendation. Okay, I do like this beach a lot more now. I think it should still have some palm trees. There's the edge of the world. We're making progress, you guys. It's slow, but it's progress. It's all good. I need to take like a screenshot of this, you guys, because I don't have like my thumbnail is so crappy. It's not Lillian's house. It's the world. I cried like a baby, but it's such a good story. Yeah, I'm sure. Raven, did you watch the movie Your Name as well? That one's really interesting. It's a very strange premise for a love story because in the movie, I think there are like two like high schoolers or like college students, but for some reason, they switch bodies, like a boy and a girl. And I think they find each other, like obviously to try and fix the body swap, but then they end up falling in love, and I'm like, interesting. I'm trying to see how that works out. It's like, I feel like it's not as, for some reason it doesn't seem as weird. Like, it doesn't seem as weird if you're like a same-sex couple. But I don't know, I feel like it would be a shock, like waking up in the opposite sex's body, but then somehow you fall in love with the other person after you had been in their body. Like, it seems weird. Like, when you verbalize it out loud, it's like, I'm sure the movie's really good. The movie has great reviews, but like, I don't know, for some reason, like in theory, it sounds really bizarre. Like, you fall in love with the person whose body you've inhabited accidentally. You know what I mean? Like, in theory, it sounds very strange. I guess it's kind of strange either way, regardless of the gender or the sex. It is weird when you think about it. Asian media is so full of tropes different from the West. It's fascinating. They even use a different storytelling technique. Ours has 3 parts and theirs has 4. Okay. So they have a beginning and end, but there's like a 2-part like conflict and conflict resolution or something, or maybe 2 conflicts, 2 twists. You. Welcome in, Hezekiah. Raven, do you ever write with like the Eastern story structure? I mean, I guess like a lot of narratives kind of like, how do I say this? Yes, good evening, Hezekiah. I think a lot of narratives kind of have like a much more complex structure than just beginning, middle, end, and the middle being the conflict. So usually it kind of like goes back and forth, where you have beginning and end, but the middle structure kind of bounces back and forth a lot. Their climax isn't the end. They have a winding down stage after. Oh, okay. Sounds a little tiny bit like the way Naruto ended, actually. Because we actually did spend, like, not a lot of time after the war ended, but there was definitely like a period of rest where, like, you thought the show would end just with the war and maybe you have like one time skip episode, but it actually did go on a little bit longer. I'm trying to think about Persona 5. Persona 5 ended pretty quickly though after the main conflict was done, which is too bad because I wanted to see more of it, probably in Royals, but that's another story. I've been studying to use it. Showing the after effects, yeah, definitely. I do like that, though. That's interesting. I don't watch a lot of Chinese media. My mom watches a lot of the Chinese media, honestly. I feel like I would watch more of it. The problem is I'm so busy. And usually when I watch shows, I'll watch it while I work. And it's almost impossible to watch like a subtitled show while working. It's like, forget it, because I'm not going to understand the language, and I have to like keep staring at the screen. But I've watched some pretty good like C-dramas with my mom. They're definitely very clean cut, so if you want like more conservative media, like their shows are very like PG, you know what I mean? Although I'm getting a little tired of the whole corporate. They love their corporate dramas for some reason. I think maybe it's a whole subgenre. I do know they have like historical ones too, though. But yeah, my mom usually goes for the modern ones, and they're all like corporate dramas. There was one that I was watching called Married by Mistake. I'm into rebirth revenge stories. Ooh, that's cool. I love that. Love watching women getting their revenge. Yes. Raven, I actually did like the soap you posted on Discord a while back. I think that was a historical one, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm watching one that I'm only halfway through called, I think, Married by Mistake or Married by Accident. And the premise, oh god, what is the premise of this? So, essentially, there are these two sisters. One of them becomes like a comic book artist, and the other is a like model and actress. The model and actress sister, though, is very, very snobby. You know, she became a lot wealthier. And in a nutshell, there was a guy that both sisters liked, but the man was blind. And only through like corrective surgery did like a lot of his sight become restored. The problem is, because he was so young and he couldn't see, he actually does not know what sister he fell in love with. He remembers like what happened. He remembers like what they did together, but because so many years have passed and because they're also sisters, it sucks because the comic book artist girl is the one that was actually in love with him, but the other sister was jealous, and so she kind of like threatened the other sister to be like, hey, that man's mine, like don't you ever try to like come between us or jog his memory. But it's interesting because there are a lot of things that are kind of intertwined. So there's that guy that they fell in love with, but then the sister that's a comic book artist is also working for like a tech company that's having some issues. I think the brother had been killed in a car accident, so the brother that's still alive is taking over, and he starts to have feelings for the comic book artist girl. The other guy that both sisters liked when they were young is, I think, the rival of the guy that likes the comic book artist girl. So there's a little bit of like things that are entangled. So the guy who was blind grew up, rivals the company that the other guy owns, whose brother died mysteriously, who also likes the comic book artist girl. And then the sister of the guy that was blind is also planning to overthrow the company, but she's also onto the sister who is lying to her own brother, but she also goes along with it. It's really messy, you guys. It's very, very messy. Oh yes, and go take your meds for sure, Raven. It's very interesting though. It does sound messy, yeah. So, yeah, in a nutshell, two sisters like the same guy. He was originally blind, but then he gets his vision fixed. He owns a big tech company, but he doesn't remember which sister fell in love with him. The snobby sister, who's an actress, is lying to him. She's also threatening her younger sister. And then the younger sister ends up working for a tech company. She's like one of their visual artists. And that owner of that company is falling in love with her. But he's in rival with the guy that she originally liked when she was young, the guy that was blind. And that guy's sister is also working against him. And that guy's sister is also working against that comic book artist girl's sister, whose brother she's actually trying to marry. So it's a mess. It's very messy. And we still don't know what happened to the brother that mysteriously died. Because the brother who died, the brother of the guy who's starting to fall in love with the comic book artist girl who owns a tech company, he somehow mysteriously had illustrations that the comic book artist girl did. And the comic book artist girl doesn't know who the brother is, but somehow he got a hold of them, which is very strange. It's very, very strange. And I don't think his death was an accident. I think somebody had like broken something in his vehicle, so they had like they had set him up to crash and die pretty much. But it's weird because that part of the plot kind of disappears for a while in the show, and I still haven't gotten answers yet, and I'm already like halfway through it. But Raven, that could be one for you to watch, or Hezekiah if you want to watch it as well. I think it's called Married by Mistake, and it has like 40 episodes. Let me see. Married by Mistake, yeah, that's what it's called. It moves a little slow in some parts, I will say that. The Chinese dramas do move a little tiny bit slow for my taste, but it's still interesting. I haven't watched it in a while, but I want to like finish it to see what happens. Especially because I really don't like the sisters. I don't like the actress sister, and I don't like the sister who's trying to run the company either. But I'm rooting for the comic book artist girl and then her best friend who's like a publisher. So I'm like, I'm sure that they'll have like some karma for those villains in there. Okay, I think this island's looking better. I think it looks a little bit more realistic. I might add like a little bit. Maybe a little bit more here. I like the change in music though. I got a little bit tired of the K-pop music just because we have it on all the time. I'll have to start putting together more playlists. Oh, perfect, you're back. But yeah, let me know if that one rings a bell, Raven. Like that C drama I described. It was very interesting. My mom watches a lot of them, but I don't remember. There was another one I was watching too, but I didn't like it as much as this one. This one was really, like, it had a lot of cute moments, but then you had, like, kind of the drama and little twists here and there. And I was like, okay. Yeah, cover up this stone area. Oh, Kill Bill is good. I love Kill Bill. Excuse me. They're doing a part 3, actually. Which I don't know how I feel about that, you guys. And then we'll have Zendaya coming back. I'm like, oh, gosh. I'm getting so, like, honestly, guys, I'm getting so tired of Hollywood. Like, I feel like they utilize the same actors so much. Like, I have no problem with Zendaya, but they just use her so much. It's like the Tom Holland thing, you know? And there's probably like a good, like, I feel like there are probably like a core like 8 actors that they circulate over and over again, or like Timothée Chalamet. I don't even know if like, I'm scared because the first and second Kill Bill were so good that I'm really like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this third movie. Because to me, the way I feel like what's gonna happen is, to be honest with you guys, I feel like Uma Thurman's character, the bride, like, I think she's gonna die. I think she's gonna die, which is gonna be really sucky. Although, I think what could happen is that Uma Thurman's character dies, but then her daughter will probably kill Zendaya's character. I think. I feel like that would be an interesting, like, resolution. Because obviously, like, what's her name? Vernita? Vernita's daughter is gonna want to get revenge. And Vernita was not, like, a pushover either. Like, she was definitely, like, the least threatening of the villains. That's why she died pretty soon. But, I mean, they did fight for a little while. So I think that's what's gonna happen. I think she's gonna kill Uma Thurman's character, and then Uma Thurman's daughter will kill her back. So at least there's, like, if there's that sense of, like, wanting to keep, like, the bride's legacy alive, they'll have her daughter be the one to live. Because, I mean, it would kind of suck because, like, Vernita's daughter feels a little bit like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, how do I say it? I don't want to say she's a minor character, but she kind of does feel like that. And then for her character just prevail over everything, I don't know. I'm not sure. Raven says, I don't know the one you described, sadly, and I have watched Kill Bill. Husband made sure to rewatch it with me and even made popcorn. Oh, it was the first time watching it, Hezekiah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. They're gonna pull, like, a Last of Us kind of storyline. People are not gonna be happy. I can feel it in me bones. The plans I saw before was the daughter of her enemy to kill her, but that was a while ago and plans may have changed. I'm more excited for the Hail than project from Andy Ware. Wait, what is that, Raven? The Hail? The Hail than project? I don't know what that is. Hold on. Sorry, there's a baby crying. That scared the heck out of me. It's very late. It's like 11:20 at night. I guess somebody just got back with a baby. But they're like wailing in the hallway. Hail Mary. Oh, okay. I don't. What is that one about though? I don't know. Andy Ware. Doesn't quite ring a bell. Kill Bill is one of the many good examples of a well-written female protagonist. Oh, yeah, it's great. My ex and I love that movie, honestly. I wrote a paper on it in college for my film studies course, and I actually got an A+ on that. But yeah, it's a really good movie. If you've never seen it, definitely do. It has 2 parts. Hey, Lady Oaks. This is this is definitely the world. Yep. We're working on it. I'm trying to get the shell done so I can actually start building. I'm very I'm itching. I am totally itching to get ready to build. So I'm trying to finesse some of those details, you know? Basically, a parasite starts consuming the light from our sun, and the entire world goes to shirt. Scientists are sent up to space to find a fix for it, then humanity has a surprise. Ooh, okay. It's kind of like a science fiction movie, then. Interesting. Lady Oak says, cute. Thank you. Yeah, this is a look at the whole thing, so if we zoom out... It's a pretty decently sized world, I would say. But yeah, it has like I think what I enjoy about this world, and it's inspired by Everything Island by Ruthless KK. It was like Ruthless _ KK or something. Not triple K, just KK. But the Everything Island has different districts kind of like this. So there is like a city area that will be over here. There's like a little beach town area. There's kind of like more of the slums, if you will, like the lower income areas with like trailers and stuff. Kind of like a swampy kind of place. We do have like farm and country towards the back as well. We have a little mountain area. There is more of like a ritzier like country club area up here. And there is also like a supernatural area nestled back where like the old like pirate bay is over here. And there is also an island that you can inhabit as well if you want to live off-grid. So it's got a lot of interesting places. There is one more I'm developing over here too, which is very, very, very rough. But I did want to put some areas where we could have like houseboats. So I'm working on that. This looks very bad over here. It's like, wait a minute, let me fix this a little bit. But I'm very excited to build in this world and also to create some characters and storylines. It's definitely like how do I say this? Do you have all the pack for Sims 3 when you start building? I don't have all the packs. I will also be getting World Adventures and Supernatural though. And then I'll get more as I go for sure. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with The Sims 4, so I'm like going back and getting a lot of the Sims 3 stuff. The only one I don't really like a lot is the Into the Future. Not because it's a bad pack, I'm just not really into like the futuristic sci-fi gameplay kind of thing. But yeah, I would likely get every single other pack, but I'm getting them in like little increments here and there. I chose a very dark like paint swatch for that for some reason. It's like lava rock or something like that. Yeah, when I got back into Sims 3, I had to start over too because it didn't have any old login. Oh, yeah. I agree. It's okay, though. I mean, at least the expansions are fairly inexpensive, especially if you get them off of, like, other sites. A lot of the expansions are only, like, $5 or $7, so I'm excited. And, like, expansions in The Sims 3, you guys, they wreck most of the Sims 4 expansions because there's just so much. The worlds are huge. You have really good like cast and build by. Not as extensive as Sims 4, but still. You have lots of careers. The lot types to me are much better in this game. I do like a lot of the lot types in The Sims 4, but for some reason like a lot of them like when you get an expansion, there usually aren't many lot types that are added in, but like for example, if you get like late night, you have a lot of different like bars and clubs you can add like different types. Supernatural, even you have like different hangouts for the different like cults, for example, consignment stores. Oh my god, yeah, Lady Oaks. Like Ambitions, for example, I think Ambitions to me is one of my favorites because if you want active careers, you also have like a lot of new lots there. You have the junkyard, you have the consignment store, the laundromat, the salon. Like you have quite a bit. Those are like already quite a bit to add to your world. Oh, the fire station too. I almost forgot. Like there's really good ones. So I get so angry when I see The Sims 4 because they always give so little for like a pretty big price tag. It's like, why? Like it feels like such a ripoff, you know what I mean? And people are always like, oh, well, but like it's more like there's more content or there's like more features. And I'm like, I don't see it like that. You know, like for example, the game packs of like the occults, for example, like $20 per occult is a lot. And the worlds are not even that big at all. It's like you could have just put them all together, you know, give us the spellcasters, the werewolves, and the vampires, and then bring back the fairies, and I'll take it for $40. Give us a good new world like Ravenwood, and then that'll be great, you know? But no. Gotta break it down so we spend more money. We have teeny tiny worlds. I'm like, at least like the how do I say it? The like the skills, the worlds, and like the items themselves are good. It's just it doesn't feel worth the money though, unless you get it on sale, you know. Yeah, Lady Oaks, yeah, you're right, absolutely. All of those things came in one pack. You could even become an inventor or a sculptor even. So much. EA already has like the freaking stylist. No, EA has the home designer for like $20. And then the ghost hunter is in like paranormal technically, which is another $10. Tattoo, it's part of a $40 expansion pack. Firefighter doesn't even exist. Sculpting is also in the $40 expansion pack, so it's already like double, you know what I mean? Like, it sucks. To me. Like, it's so bad. To this day, you guys, I don't even know, like, I think because I've been so, like, disenfranchised with The Sims 4, I'm not even quite sure, like, what to do moving forward with my channel. Like, I do still like Sims content for sure, but I think it may just be, like, streaming from now on. Unless I really, really feel the itch to make a video once more. So I'm keeping that door open. I just don't think it's in the cards just yet, but it's okay. Sims 4, though, I definitely need a break from. It's testing my patience. EA is testing my patience. Yeah, I may do that. I almost thought, you guys, of starting the channel over because I did have my design channel as well. But, I don't know. Oh, hey, Alethea, welcome in. It's really late over here. Yeah, so I'll see you guys. I may just do a refresh. I personally, like, it's funny too, you guys, because like with the YouTube channel, for example, I don't really do it even for money. I don't really make a lot of money off the channel. I just like hanging out with you guys and just playing games and stuff. So like if I had to start a new channel, it wouldn't really bother me if I just want like a fresh start with everything, you know? Especially because I just don't do like videos anymore. So I'm really trying to figure out what to do moving forward, you know? We'll see. I'm really on the fence with everything, to be honest with you. I still do want to keep streaming, though. That's for sure. I do want to keep streaming. That's like a set in stone kind of thing. But yeah, I had also wanted to make my design channel my main channel too, because I just don't know when I'll return to making videos. So it's kind of got me in a little bit of like a weird situation. Lady Oaks, that's a good idea. That's what I thought about, honestly. Even if I have to re-upload them or something, that could be a possibility. I may start, like, doing that on the side, potentially. So we'll see. I did get rid of some videos that I didn't really like too much, like some of my older ones that were not very well produced. I think I made them private. I think that's what I did. But yeah, I do like streaming a lot more because honestly, like my job in real life is very tedious. And like for me, when I do videos, like for my design channel, for example, they're a lot easier to produce. Whereas like if I produce videos for The Sims, like they're very intensive. Like the lore videos, for example, like I love doing lore, but they take usually a month to make. It's so much. Yes, Lady Oaks. Yes, that's the other one. Yep. And that I've been creating for my students and then also for like anybody else as well. So I thought about actually doing a flip-flop and like moving content from there onto this and then making the other channel back to The Sims. It's a little bit of a weird thing though. I don't know if I'm actually going to go through with it. I think my gut says probably no, and to just stick it out with trying to grow the other channel. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys would like follow me wherever I go, honestly. So I know other people will be upset because I'm like, well, sorry. It's just it's very hard like monetizing a channel, and because I'm not really hung up on being monetized with YouTube for like Sim stuff, for example. I would almost want to take advantage of that and like flip the content. But we'll see. Oh, there's a random light over here. I'm just, if I ever do that, I'll probably make an announcement and just let everybody know. Yeah, right. It's nothing to say. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll advertise. Like, if you guys can like help me get it to that point, that'd be wonderful. I just feel sad that like I got this main channel monetized, but like it took so long, and then I got to a point where like I just kind of like lost steam with the Sims, specifically like Sims 4 content. Which I do still like streaming, but like specifically making videos, I think I needed a break from that, you know. Oh, I appreciate that, Lady Oaks. Yeah, I'll still be streaming. You know, if anything, like I'll still also be on Twitch as well. So there are like different ways. How do I say it? There will still be like different ways I'll still be here. Yeah, there is the potential to re-upload the videos, which is not a bad thing. You know what I mean? If I ever wanted to like save them, I can just make them private. If I ever flip-flop the content, we'll see. Thankfully, I have a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time, but I do have more time this summer because I did finish teaching. So I may consider that, doing a flip-flop. We'll see. Some people are going to be like, whoa, what happened? I know that some people are going to be a little frustrated with it, but I mean, I have to do what I got to do, you guys. Townie has to make a living, but Townie also still wants to stream. Burnout is so real when it comes to The Sims. That's why I play them all plus other games. Yeah, and the thing is too, Lady Oaks, like I said, when I started doing my design channel, like I felt like more compelled to make those videos, especially because I like teaching and I feel like I can help more people with those videos. And of course, like for me, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of money from them. So that's why I consider doing a little bit of the flip-flop. The other channel is not even that old by any means. So if I did it, I think it would have to be done sometime soon. I don't want to like wait too long, for example, and then do it, but everything is still very much up in the air though, so it's very hard to tell like what I'm going to do. I fear that like if I flip it, maybe it won't work out or something, but I don't know. We'll see. maybe I'll need to like get some feedback from everybody on Discord, because obviously I care about like what you guys think and I trust in your feedback as well. And then everybody else, I'm just like, okay, we'll just have to follow suit with whatever like we all choose, I guess, or whatever I choose at the end of the day. But the good thing is, yes, I will still be here. I'm definitely still streaming. Like, that's not going away. I do like streaming a lot more than videos, because the videos, like I said, for what I do for a living, for my job, going back to edit videos at the end of it all is a little bit draining, because I do a lot of design work as it is, and then to do videos is quite a lot. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys in the loop. Gonna wake up one day and like, whoa, what happened to the channel? It's not Sims stuff anymore. Okay, I gotta remember what I'm doing now. Okay, so... Oh, we're missing street lights. Okay, let me see if I can get that done. And here... I think this is a paint issue. I think. Let me do a little bit of dry. I like the dry grass because it almost looks like sand. It almost looks like a little bit of sand. Just a wee little bit. There we are. Okay. I like how I was like complaining and like talking about swapping the channel, and then it ended up being like a full house this evening. I tried even doing tarot readings on it, and like when I have to make big decisions. Even I think when I did do readings on it, you guys, it was very split. I even had other readers do it on Twitch for me because I was thinking about the channel swap. But it was very much in the middle. It was very much in the middle of what to do. Yeah, lady, that's true. Yeah, because I do feel sad. It's one of those things where I did work so hard to like get the channel to where it was. But then if I'm just not making content for it anymore, it seems like a waste. And I just know from experience that it takes so long to get back to that point when it comes to monetization. I think it sucks because with the way YouTube works is like it's not on an account basis. Excuse me, it's not on an I cannot talk. It's not on an account basis. It's a matter of like you have to earn it back for every single channel you make, which is very annoying. It's almost like they don't the credentials that you earn for Google, for YouTube, if you will, like they're not enough. Like any channel you make, you have to earn that all over again, which is really disappointing. It should be a thing where, you know, if you get the channel to a point with one channel, you should be able to sustain monetization on another channel because it takes so much, you know. Hezekiah, all I'll say is do whatever feels right as far as your YouTube channel. Yeah, I'll see what happens. I just wonder what yeah, I know, lady. And it took me so long too. It took me so long. That's why you can tell, like, this is why I'm having the conundrum. And I'm not like famous to a point where I can just say, hey y'all, like, just go and sub and watch, and then I'll get like the monetization, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have that privilege. So it's definitely rocky. It's definitely like rocky. You'd think they would see that you have one channel. Yeah, I know. It's a little sucky, but oh well. I think the good thing is, like I said, like I'm still gonna be here. It's not like I'm just disappearing off the face of the earth, you know? So that's my like defense. If people get mad about the decision. Like, I'm still here, but I need to live. I need to make a living. Okay, I think that looks better. I think now I do need a little bit of foliage, which I had some like over here. They're just basic bushes. Oh Lord, okay, I gotta like uncluster all of this. Where is this? I don't know where this is. What layer are we on? Raven says Sims 3 challenges are all the rage now that the game came back to people's awareness. Have you thought about making your challenge and live streaming it? Oops, hold on. Oh, I'll definitely all my gameplay and all my building I'll definitely be streaming. So I guess yes, Raven, yeah. It would all be streaming. So maybe I could move the channel over and try to think of a way to rebrand everything. I think I still like Townie streams though, and I do like using the word Townie because Townies are an active part of The Sims as well, but it's also not like limiting. So far it looks more tedious to create worlds than to do buildings. Yeah, you could say that. I'm trying to uncluster these trees though. I don't know where they are. Main city area, perhaps? Yeah, okay. Oh, the zombie challenge was cool, yeah. I just have like I don't really have a challenge. I just have like interesting storylines that I want to play out, if that makes sense. So, I did want to create like rival like gangs in the city. And I'll have them actually like as different households, and I'll try to have them like own different parts of the town and stuff. Maybe have a little bit of Romeo and Juliet kind of romance, if you will. Got the ideas. They're brewing in there. Okay, what? Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of components to this for sure. Now I think it was buckthorn. But I also like some of the... Oh, goodness. Okay, hold on. Oh no. You gotta be kidding me. Why is that? Ah, dang it. Fairies versus witches rivalry as bad as the vampire werewolves. Oh yeah. What the heck, you guys? What the? You said nope. I'm not touching that. Oh man, you guys, what is going on over here? I can't select this at all. Let me see. What the heck, you guys? What the heck? The one piece of foliage that I cannot get rid of. What the heck, you guys? What the heck? I don't know what to do. It doesn't even have like a selection box on it. Oh, here it is. What the heck? There. Okay. As for Sims 4, if it weren't for my storytelling, I would have abandoned Sims 4 a long time ago. Yeah, you do gotta put in like a lot of extra legwork. I do agree. Like to make it more engaging. Yeah. Did I have bushes down here? No, I didn't have anything. These are pretty nice. I do like those. I don't like that this game or this program is like placing the plants down. But I'm just trying to like choose something. I have to like click out of it like that. The Sims 4 is good for being a blank starting point for storytelling. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely make like some good stories in the game. That's true. It just takes a little bit more effort. Some of these are really nice. I just don't know if I want them in the world. Hydrangeas? Oh, this was this. I mean, I guess we could put a few of them. Let me see. Yeah, it is good for builders, yeah. Yeah, there were definitely things that I liked about The Sims 4. I think it was easier to like pick up and get into. But for more of the in-depth storytelling, I can't really get into it. I don't like the aspirations and how that works in the game. The fears and wants suck, in my opinion. So that really like bars me from getting more into the game. Like, I had more fun fulfilling them in the Sims 2 console, okay? Like, that's how much I'm just not really on board with it. Yeah, because building the Sims 2 and Sims 3 is hard. I played Sims 4 for years and then got into 2 and 3. Oh, okay, you went kind of like backwards. I see. That's interesting. And things so far beat the Sims 4 building? Wait, building in the other games you said? Is that what it is? Or things in general about the game? Yeah, the wants and fears things, yeah. They seem so, like, non-important. Or unimportant, I should say. Like, they're very inconsequential. I think that's the problem I have with them in The Sims 4. And they're very fleeting, too, which I don't like. I like that you can lock in certain goals in The Sims 3 and get them done. And then when you get them done, they feel like really big achievements. I'm amazed by, like, this is random, you guys, but I'm amazed by the quality of the R&B songs on Epidemic Sound. Like, they do sound like real songs. The problem is I need to find songs like this in other genres. I do like indie music as well, so I'm gonna try to redo that station. So what I'm gonna do, you guys, I'm gonna use these bushes over here, hydrangeas. But I will also... There was one more with the yellow flowers I did like, so we'll use that. Lady Oak says, yeah, because I start with Sims 2 in my late teens and then had kids, played a bit of Sims 3, then lost it, and started Sims 4 with my little sister. Then, like, last year got back into Sims 2 and 3. Okay, that's quite a journey. quite a journey. Let me see the playlist right now. Okay. Cool. That's interesting. Okay, so I got all the flower bushes in. Now I'm gonna switch it up. Is it this one? Okay, there's... I'm not a huge fan of that one. Let me see. What's this? Oh, this is like... Nope. We don't want any fantasy stuff. Rhododendron? Nope. Okay, I'm trying to find another thing, you guys. Let me see. This is not bad. It doesn't match the color, though. I'll leave. What was that? The greens are so strong. They don't match. This one's not too bad. Lady Oak says, no, none of the Sims games are flawless. They all have things wrong with them, but Sims 2, the Sims team put their whole Sims into it for sure. That's how, like, I honestly feel about The Sims 3. Obviously, The Sims 2 had set, like, a pretty big, like, precedent for it, if you will. But I feel like when they did The Sims 3, like, they generally wanted to expand upon the game. You know what I mean? In different ways. So I think there was definitely some stuff that was left behind that I wish they pulled from The Sims 2. But, like, I feel like I love, like, how ambitious they were with the third game of, like, open world, high customization. They tried to bring in a lot of new features that weren't really there before, you know? Sims 4 seems to me like a very surface level rehashing of The Sims 2. Because I can see, like, where The Sims 2 had its high points, and I can see where The Sims 4 is trying to, like, bank off of that. It doesn't even... I don't truly believe at all that Sims 4 pulls, like, any inspiration from Sims 3. If it does, it's very limited. I see it as, like, if it tries to rehash things from The Sims 3, it's very limited. I feel like it tries to rehash more from The Sims 2, but it doesn't do it very well. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Lady Oaks, yeah. Which is funny because I see a lot of people who, like, write off The Sims 3, and it always, like, ticks me off because, to me, The Sims 3 did have a lot to offer. Like, it was not perfect. Like you said, none of the games are. But it's, like, the ambition and, like, between the open world, the customization, like, the traits and how they affect the Sims, a lot of the new features, like, there were so many great things in The Sims 3, so some people will just be like, oh, the game is ugly, I don't like it. Or, like, it's old, I don't want to play it. I'm like, you're missing out. Like, you don't really understand, like, the legacy that this game went through. And I played, like, for example, I played a little bit of The Sims 2 on PC. I really enjoyed it from the little bit that I did, and I played a lot of it on console in, like, all different incarnations. And that was still more, like, fun to me than The Sims 4. You know, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of creativity, a lot of, like, user input, custom content to make it better. Whereas I don't really feel like I need custom content when I play The Sims 3 or 2, for example. So it really is a bummer, honestly. And I think the problem is it's like they can keep adding new content into The Sims 4, but it doesn't like it doesn't fix. Hold on. I think I just deleted some flowers. Hold on. It doesn't fix like core issues with the game. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't fix like the meat, like this or the skeleton of the game. So it's like you keep putting like it's like putting makeup. What's that expression? Like putting makeup like on a pig. Like it can have all like the makeup in the world, all the foundation, the lipstick and everything, but it's still a pig, you know? No offense to pigs, but that's how the expression goes. The poor Sims 4 shipped as half the game it was meant to be because it was going to be an online game. Yes, absolutely. I did hear about that. I can see why die-hard Sims 4 fans are the way they are, because if all they know, and that's fine because us older peeps know what's up. Yeah, exactly. They just don't understand there was a lot more to the game. So I guess that like if you're just getting into it, it seems like there's a lot. But yeah, there's still a lot of issues. I'm trying to think of like what to put here. Let me see. Maybe I'll mix these in. Yeah, I think that probably the big flaw of The Sims 3 is just the game not being well optimized, so a lot of people just were not able to play it, which is really bad because it has a lot of great features, but if you can't play it, like you simply can't play it, so you can't even experience the game. You know what I mean? Like I know for me, I had a very low spec computer back in the day. We're talking like 2 gigabytes. Not a gaming computer. It's only good for like, you know, like Microsoft Office and web browsing. It was very limited. So obviously my computer struggled. I had to drop down all the graphics settings. I had to use custom worlds that were smaller. It was the only way I could play this game. Sims 4 is actually my first official Sims game. When I was younger, only played a few of the console versions. Oh, interesting. Are you younger than me, Hezekiah? I can't remember what your age is. Because I'm like, Sims 4 came out in 2014, so by then I was 19 when it came out. I was in my sophomore year of college. I remember, this was terrible, you guys. I remember like staying up, I tried like staying up all night to like buy The Sims 4 and play it. And I tried playing it for like an hour and I was so disappointed. I was like, oh man, I'm done. I was so disappointed. I had to wait for like a couple years later to try and get back into the game. But man, I was so sad. I was like, okay, back to Sims 3 we go. I was so bored. Turned 26. Okay, you're not that much younger. You're only 4 years younger than me. But I was like, oh man, this game sucks. It was really bad, you guys. If you guys played The Sims 4 on release, it was really bad. Like, I'm already not a fan of the game as it is, but like, ooh, it was very, very boring. There was missing a lot of features. You didn't have like the pools or the basements, no terrain, no toddlers, no ghosts. Like, there really was not much to do. The lighting was awful. They didn't correct the lighting very well in the game. I don't miss those days. I was so sad. Oh man, I forgot I have to put the lots in. I'm putting all this foliage in, but I may have to delete some of it. It might be okay though. Maybe it'll be alright. Lady Oaks being a dead horse, it wasn't going to work, Huns. Building on a broken foundation. Yeah, I now have seen some background work done to The Sims 4. It's getting better a bit. But OMG, they would have to rebuild the whole game. Yeah. I think there was some discussion about that, but I don't think it's feasible. I don't think it's feasible for them to do that. I seen how bad it was before they brought it for console. Ooh. It was. The thing that made it fun for me was playing with my little sister. We made Slender Man and then killed half the world. Oh, Lord. That's wild. Raven says, OMG, I'm older than you both. Very early 30s. Yeah, I don't know how old Lady Oaks is. You're older than me and Hezekiah. Because I'm turning 30 in August. Oh my gosh, you guys, one of my students, I remember like earlier in the semester, they had asked me to guess their age, and I'm terrible at guessing ages. So like my fear is always like going too old, but I happened to guess his age, like I think almost right on the money. I think he was like 23 or 24. But I was like, oh man, I'm like, please, I'm like, let me not screw this up and like guess like I am always fearing like guessing older. I almost did it to one of my students by accident because I was not, she didn't look old, but she just acted very mature for her age, and I was guessing like, for example, like I think she was only in her early 20s. I thought she was a little bit like later 20s. And it was purely because of her demeanor, not because of the way she looked. But I know it's always like, it's insulting to guess too high, you know? Almost 30 when The Sims 4 came out. Oh, okay. I thought you were a little older, Lady Oaks, but I wasn't gonna take the chance. Raven runs away screaming, ah! Alethea says, I am back. My son had a little bit of a panic attack and ended up having to turn off my speaker. Oh, gotcha. Okay, no worries, Alethea. I hope he's okay. But yeah, no, don't ask me to guess anybody's ages. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by like going too high up in the number. I'm like, oops, I'm so sorry. Okay, I think that's nice, I guess. I think I need some pink, though. I feel like it's kind of all very homogenous. Maybe I get some trees in here. I'm trying to maybe go through some of the island living options. Not that one, though. Ooh, it's too close. There's yellow. I do kind of want more pink, though, I think. Maybe I can mix it in. Maybe? It's gonna be a nice little island, though, that's for sure. I'll try to put a few of these in here. But thank you to all of you tuning in. We had a pretty big crowd tonight. I came on super late, so I did not expect this huge turnout. YouTube is really weird like that. Like, I was here talking to myself for probably a good half an hour. And then bam. Ooh, thank you, Lady Oaks. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to start building. I'm so excited for the city. I think what I'll have to do is what I'm going to do. I'm talking in circles right now. What I'm going to do is build the shells of a lot of the homes. I'm not going to go hardcore and develop a lot of the insides. I want to first get like the external structure in place. So, for example, we'll have the main high rises over here that I'm really excited for, to have like a city urban area over here. We'll have a lot of like the, for lack of a better term, like more like lower income houses over here, like trailer park kind of vibe, starter home energy. Oops. Uh-oh. We're stuck on a scroll here. It was just rolling. So that's in progress. I do want to build out some of the farm areas. I think what I'll do is get Sims 3 pets, so we can have like some kind of equestrian area back there. All of these will be like mansions or like fancy townhouses over here. I thought about Showtime as well, to put some entertainment venues, but most of them will probably be over here, probably in like the richer part of town as well. Oh, I'm glad he calmed down, Alethea. I do feel bad, Alethea. I mean, it does seem like your son has a lot of like episodes where I don't know if there are like, I guess because I had lived with somebody, like my ex had suffered from panic attacks, and my friend has also had panic attacks as well, so I don't know. Sometimes there are triggers, but sometimes it also just flares up because of just, you know, brain chemicals, if you will. Hopefully, you know, if there are like tangible triggers, you can maybe identify them and mitigate them, if you will, like if that helps. If there's like noises or like certain stressors, you know. It's hard, but I hope he's okay. But yeah, Lady Oaks, I'm excited, Lady Oaks. I do have a lot of plans. I'm trying to get this shell done by probably Friday. Friday, I want to start building this whole thing. This was his first time doing that. Oh, really? His first, like, panic attack? Was it, like, the speaker of the stream? Like, was it the noise of the stream or something? Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. Was he trying to go to sleep? Ooh, this is really rough here, you guys. Let me see. I tried to do a little bit of grading on the road, but it kind of made this weird bump. Let me see. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything over here. Okay, let's see. I'm glad you guys are intrigued by this process, because it's a very slow process. I'm trying to keep the road level, but I don't like that rough edge, so I'm trying to buffer it just a little bit. That's a little bit better. Oh, I gotta submit grades, you guys. I almost forgot. I told myself, like, when it's midnight, I'm gonna submit the grades, so I can officially be done with the semester. Okay, let me see. Ooh, I didn't fix these lights. Shame on me. These are not... I will say this. I wish there was a way I wish there was a way in this program to automatically place down lights at intervals. There may be a way, but from what I have seen so far, there isn't, which is really disappointing because it's such... I will say this, you guys, it's been my least favorite experience of like adding the lights in, funny enough, because there are a lot. Even adding the traffic lights and things, because every time you place down a light, you have to correct all of the how do I say it? You have to correct like the orientation of the light. Lethea, too loud. I wasn't next to him. I sat in my chair not too far from him. That's when he had the panic attack. Was he sleeping though? Was he trying to go to sleep? There may have been something like maybe I said something loud or laughed or something, maybe. Or if he was sleeping, it kind of like disturbed him a little bit. Make sure it's not floating. Oh, he was... Okay, yeah. I think he just got startled. He probably got startled from the sound. Let me see something, you guys. Let me see what else we have to do with this world, because I'm curious. I have to see, like, what else we have left to do here. We're slowly getting there. I do have to update the thumbnail, though. I will say that. I will have to update the thumbnail. Give me one sec, you guys. Where did I lose my stuff? Okay. All right, let me see what is left. So I'm missing... Missing some lights over here. I think that's a pretty good spacing for the lights. I think. Let me see. I think I put them a little too close. Because these lights are surprisingly bright. Yeah, these lights are surprisingly bright. Okay. I got these along the road. I did this earlier. I'm missing all the lights over here. Oh, okay. I do have to plan the lots over here though, so it's hard for me to put lights in place because I don't know where the lots will go. This area I could do technically because I have the lots. But I think this is a pretty good stopping point, you guys. I think it's getting a little bit late. And I think I've been staring at this for too long. But we'll get there. I think what we'll do is we'll come back either tomorrow or Tuesday and continue working on this. I'm going to keep working on this a little bit off stream as well because I do want to get through the shell of the world. So we have most of the lighting done, but it's so much planning and my brain is like, ugh, trying to get through it. So I think we'll circle back on probably Tuesday. I'm going to go back to my regular 7 o'clock schedule because I think that's a pretty good time frame. And hopefully make more progress then. If we get bored, we'll switch it up and try to make things work with Lillian. We're really badly stuck with Lillian because time is of the essence and we have not been able to solidify a marriage or an heir. So we're working on that. Yes, you're very welcome, Lady Oaks. Thank you for tuning on in. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. It was a pretty big full house considering how late it is. But yep, I will see you guys on Tuesday. More than likely. We'll plan for Tuesday, you guys, all right? Thank you guys for coming on in. We're getting closer. I got to do some research on the lot sizes for the high rises because that will determine this area over here. And then from there, I can do the lot sizes. Take care, Hezekiah. Thanks for tuning in. Good night, Nessa. Take care, Raven. Well, it has been fun, but just like always, this has been Townie Streams. I'm signing off. See you Tuesday, everybody. Have a good start of your week.